may not be the case anymore, musical guest appearances on the small screen used to be a big deal. 90s sitcoms especially were full of them, from a wide range of recording artists from all over the musical spectrum. Even sitcoms that you didn't associate with music at all might surprise you with a mainstream act. In this video, we're going to take a look back on 10 classic musical moments from some of your favorite 90s TV shows. In the 26th episode of the second season of Fox teen drama Beverly Hills 90210, titled Things to Do on a Rainy Day, R&B vocal group Color Me Badd comes to town. David, Kelly, Brenda, and superfan Donna try to win tickets over the radio but fail. David then finds out which hotel the band is staying at, and the group decides to track them down there. This time their efforts pay off. Well, for Kelly anyway, who's the only one who actually meets the group face to face and secures concert tickets. Unfortunately, as they were roaming through the hotel to find the group, Donna catches her mother cheating on her father. Since the revelation has now made her very upset, she, Brenda, and David leave the hotel without getting to meet the group, and also opt out of attending the concert, telling Kelly she should go and report everything back to them later. At the end of the episode, Kelly brings Color Me Badd back to the Peach Pit after the concert to surprise Donna, as well as all the other patrons in the establishment. They perform their 1991 #1 R&B and #1 pop hit, I Adore Mi Amor. Eddie, Waldo, and Weasel plot to sneak into R&B singer Tracy Spencer's hotel room to procure tickets to her upcoming concert after they got sold out in the 15th episode of the 4th season of the ABC sitcom Family Matters. While Weasel, who's disguised as a maid, is caught after insulting Tracy's bodyguard and thrown out, Eddie is able to fly under the radar by pretending to be a bellboy delivering flowers. Together, Tracy and Eddie deliver a spontaneous duet performance of her 1991 #1 R&B hit, Tender Kisses, which is also the name of the episode. 90s R&B vocal group Boyz II Men not only made an appearance on the NBC sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but are also part of the origin story of the youngest Banks child, Nikki. The story is told in the Set in the Future episode, 'Twas the Night Before Christening, the 13th episode of the 4th season, where Uncle Phil recounts to Nikki how Will scored the group for his christening 5 years earlier. For his first Christmas and upcoming christening, baby Nikki is being showered with a ridiculous amount of gifts. In an effort to come out on top, Will foolishly promises to get Boyz II Men to perform, and must then scramble to make the seemingly impossible task a reality. Just as Will's about to confess that he couldn't pull the surprise off, the fellas walk in and perform a heavenly rendition of Silent Night. If you were to make a Best Martin episodes list, no doubt the 3rd episode of the 4th season of the Fox sitcom, titled Blow Baby Blow, would have to be on it. The real-life superstar rapper Biggie Smalls, aka the Notorious B.I.G., comes to Detroit to hold background singer auditions on Martin's talk show. Starstruck, Pam and Gina proceed to act a fool, trying to impress Biggie while not so casually singing around him, so much so that Martin bans them from the auditions. The two women get around this, however, by signing up with fake names. Pam ends up singing Stephanie Mills' Home, while Gina crashes her performance with a rendition of Jennifer Holiday's And I'm Telling You I'm Not Going. The scene ends in them hollering ad-libs as they fight for the spotlight. And just when you thought things couldn't get any funnier, Biggie ends up picking the Friends' arch nemesis, Shanae, for the dream gig. As the credits roll on the episode, Biggie takes to the stage to perform his 1995 #1 rap hit and #2 pop hit, One More Chance.
First things first, I pop up freaks, all the honeys, dummies, straight boy bunnies, those wanting money.
At some point during the episodes in the first 3 seasons of the Fox crime drama New York Undercover, JC and/or Eddie would wind up at Natalie's, a nightclub where they would hang out and recount their personal and professional triumphs to the sounds of the biggest stars and legends in urban music, performing their latest singles or exclusive covers of classic soul tracks. All of the Natalie's performances really deserve to be on this list, but I decided to, selfishly, pick one that holds a special place in my heart while also honoring her memory, since she's no longer with us. At the end of the 13th episode of the 3rd season, titled Fade Out, Aaliyah performs a cover of the Isley Brothers' 1983 top 10 R&B hit, Choosy Lover.
I'm so glad you chose me, baby. I'll make you so happy.
Fun fact, The episode aired on the evening of Aaliyah's 18th birthday. Moesha is crushing hard on her new classmate Jeremy Davis, played by R&B singer Usher, in the 8th episode of the 3rd season of the UPN sitcom Moesha, titled Keepin' It Real. The good news is that he's interested in her as well. Unfortunately, while on their date, he disappoints her when he tries too hard to impress her friends. At the end of the date, he tries to smooth things over with Mo, but she isn't having it. That is, until he serenades her with Usher's 1997 #1 R&B and #2 pop hit, You Make Me Wanna. You make me, ooh, baby. In the 18th episode of the 2nd season of ABC WB fantasy sitcom Sabrina the Teenage Witch, appropriately called the band episode, Sabrina brews up talent-producing soda for a school's Battle of the Bands competition after Harvey signs their band with Valerie to compete against Libby. Though the trio is a smash hit, they find their newfound fame and egos getting in the way of their friendship, especially when the talent-creating soda goes flat and loses its power. At the episode's end, a group of 5 teenagers find the last bottle of soda and inadvertently become superstars by drinking it. In real life, that group just so happens to be the Backstreet Boys. They sing their 1997 international hit, As Long As You Love Me.
Every little thing that you have said and done feels like it's deep within me. Doesn't really matter if you're on the run. It seems like we're meant to be.
While it's been said that Beyoncé's first acting role happened on the big screen in the early 2000s, she was actually on a 1998 episode of the WB sitcom Smart Guy. She appeared as part of her group Destiny's Child in an episode-spanning role rather than a quick musical cameo. In the episode titled A Date with Destiny, Marcus, TJ, Yvette, and Mo all auditioned for a role as a backup dancer in a Destiny's Child music video. When TJ lands the role and gets an offer to perform with the group on a world tour of the United States and Europe, his father, Floyd, doesn't approve of the idea and tries to convince TJ that it's not the kind of life for a 12-year-old. TJ fails to understand his father's concern until he hears Beyoncé talking to Marcus about how she misses spending time at home in Texas with her family and friends. Of course, Destiny's Child did perform. Their #1 R&B and #3 pop hit, No 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 Part 2,
Boy, I know you want me, I can see it in your eyes, but you keep on fighting with yourself on your mind.
as well as a beautiful rendition of Amazing Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet, how sweet, 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 the sound.
Tia, Tamara, and Diavion fly to Atlanta to attend the annual spring break event known as Freaknik, which is also the title of the 18th episode in the 6th and final season of the ABC WB sitcom Sister Sister. While the 4-star hotel they're staying at leaves a lot to be desired, the girls make the best of it, as Jordan, Tamara's boyfriend, and Tyreek, Tia's ex-boyfriend, make their way there by car together. The twins each take different approaches to enjoying themselves. Tamara makes up fake identities to interact with other boys until Jordan gets there, while Tia finds it difficult to let loose because she can't get Tyreek off her mind. At the end of the episode, R&B singer Maya and R&B vocal group Blackstreet perform their 1998 Top 10 R&B and Top 20 pop hit, Take Me There. Iconic singer-songwriter Bob Dylan made one of the most surprising musician cameos in television history when he appeared on the ABC sitcom Dharma and Greg in the 4th episode of the 3rd season, titled Play Lady Play, a play on his song Lay Lady Lay. How did it happen? Well, one of the show's writers was friendly with Bob. The show made the ask, Bob's manager asked for tapes of a couple episodes, and a month later, he agreed. The central plot of the episode centers on Dharma joining a teenage boys' rock band until one of their moms kicks her out. Anyway, Bob's appearance comes right at the end, when out of nowhere, Dharma tells Greg she got another audition.